And I grew up in the Route 128 high-tech axis, and when I was a kid I had lots of nerdy hobbies like mineralogy and microbiology and the space program. And so, as the kind of cartoonist that I became part of comics research and development wing. That is, we were the guys who were interested in experimenting with the form, and we didn't mind creating something that wasn't transparent, something that really confronted people with the form. I was part of that tribe that was interested in experimentation and innovation. But there are other tribes, it turns out. There were what I call the classicists, these artists who were interested in the craft of comics and creating something beautiful and something enduringly beautiful. There were what I call the animists, those who were interested in pure transparent storytelling and putting the content in front of everything else. There were the iconoclasts who were interested in a very raw, visceral expression in comics. And these four, there are a lot of dynamics here that I've come to realize govern a lot of comics culture. For instance, that it's similar to Jung's subdivisions of thinking and sensation and intuition and feeling. There's sort of a art-life dichotomy on the left and the right, and a tradition-revolution dichotomy on the top and the bottom, and a form-content dichotomy on the one diagonal, and a beauty-truth dichotomy on the other diagonal. And it's a little bit like what we see in music and movies and fine art. And I thought for a little while that it might be a little bit like what happens in high school with the popular kids and the jocks and the freaks and the geeks, until I realized that this is comics actually, and we're kind of all geeks. But, oh, and recently I did an interview where I unveiled this, and I showed these different icons I've created for each one. And a cartoonist named Christopher Straub came up with this hypercubic extension of McCloudian draftsmanship categorization. So I think that we have to admit that these sorts of schemes are always fraught with potential misuse. But that